Hey. Yo, my man. They were asking me about the African-American experience. Maybe you could take this one.
Oh. Well. I find that the African-American experience for me has been, for the most part, very good. Although, I find it difficult to go into detail as I haven't had much desire to leave the house in a while.
We've become such homebodies.
Yes. But even when you go into the city, I've just had no interest. The chores have become my sanctuary. Get out.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
Get out!
Yo!
Yeah!
Yo! Chill, man.
Get out! Chill, man! Chill!
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise. I am going to discuss what you should do as and when and if you find out your African heritage, which tribe you actually came from. But first I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share and click the bell notification so you can help to support this channel. Okay, so I'm going to give you a for instance, and the for instance is coming from Prince Dynast Emir. So I'm not sure whether you follow him or not, but he is an American-born YouTuber, a foundational American of African descent, who travelled throughout Nigeria, left his corporate job, travelled throughout Africa and realised that he wanted to find out his roots. So I think he got a genetic test done and found out that he was from Nigeria. He then went about pursuing his Nigerian citizenship and got it. Now, I've followed Prince Dynast for a while now, and he hasn't made any videos concerning how he managed to get not just his citizenship, but how he managed to get his royal name. He is now officially royalty in Nigeria. So he's Prince Dynast Emir, but his name is actually Dynast Emir, and I think his name was something else before he changed it to Dynast Emir, which is something I'll talk to you about later. So he changed his name now, so his full name is Prince Dynast Emir. I'm not sure which tribe he is a prince of. I didn't really do any research before coming into this. I'm just doing this ad hoc. So, but yeah, that is what his story. But I'm a little taken back that he's been so coy about it, because he is pushing out between 3 and 4 videos every single day. Yep, he has thousands of videos on his YouTube and he is extremely active, hence the reason I follow him. So what do you do? What should you do? Okay, so if you've been following me for quite some time now, I would have told you some options on how to find out your heritage. So you should know those 3. So I'm going to tell you those 3 again. So one was you can get you can do what I did and essentially use records to trace your family history. 2, you can get a genetic test done. And 3, you can adopt a tribe. You can adopt one. You don't have to. I mean, like I said before in previous videos, there was so much admixture between the tribes, because the tribes were always conquering one another throughout the centuries, it's highly likely you're mixed anyway. Okay, so those are the three things you could do to try and find out your origins. When you do find out your origins, you could do a number of different things. So first of all, you do your research. You have to do your research. This is the most important thing, okay? Because there are customs and traditions that you could bring from the West if you pop over there to visit, which could destroy any chance of you being accepted by that tribe straight away. For instance, you could go to some tribes in Ghana, and if you go to the chief and you speak to the chief, literally just by speaking to the chief, you could destroy your chances of ever being a part of that tribe. Yes, just speaking to him. You're not supposed to speak to some of the tribal chiefs. Matter of fact, that's the norm. That tribal chief will normally have a translator or just someone there who will speak on his behalf. Could be his son or a very close family member who will stand next to him, and you literally cannot even look at the chief. You need to speak, even if he's 2 feet from you, which you won't be because you're not allowed to stand 2 feet from the chief either. But there are lots of rules and regulations which are very important to follow when you are going to meet these tribal chiefs. The more research you do, the more respect you get from them. You have to remember this. The more research you do, the more respect you will get from them, especially if you start trying to learn their language. They will lovingly embrace you. Trust me with this one. I ain't done it myself, but I've seen this many times, and this is the way to go. So, you've approached the tribe. Another thing to do is don't offer them money. You can offer them gifts, and that gift would have to go through the chief or the man of the tribe, the main head. But do not offer them money. That is pretty much the most disrespectful thing you could do to them. So imagine here in Europe, you go to somebody's house, you normally buy a bottle of wine and you go to give them the bottle of wine. When you go into somebody's house, especially for the first time you're going to visit somebody, you bring a bottle of wine, you bring a little gift or something, right? Say if I came to a house, let's say in Germany, that's where they are the purveyors of doing this. You go to a house in Germany, you don't bring anything. Yeah, I didn't bring any wine, but here's €5. Go buy yourself a wine from Aldi. Go. It's not likely you'll get into that person's house. The same thing goes in Africa. There are a lot of people in Africa who have that poverty mindset, but if you go to Holland, you'll see the same thing too. People who live day to day, hand to mouth. Okay? But in the tribes are normally well off. They take care of themselves. They don't need anybody, and they don't need your money. But if you go to them and you bring them a gift like an iPad or pens, even, you don't even have to do the iPads. I brought pens the last time I went to Serekunda. There was a village just outside Serekunda, and they cooked me dinner. I brought them pens, and they looked at me like I was some sort of god. It was incredible, the reaction I got. They were so happy. One of the best things that's ever happened to me whilst I've been travelling. So, little gifts that are essential, they will like. Educational equipment, farm equipment, that sort of thing. They will love that. So please, be very careful with the gifts you give them. When you go to visit them, of course, it is always going to be an all-night affair. So it's not like you're in Amsterdam or something, you go to visit a friend, or you go to visit someone important and then you shake his hand and then you leave and you leave at the end of the evening. No. You're talking about an all-night affair. Okay, so don't worry about it. Literally sit down and absorb the atmosphere. It will be the best time of your life, I'm sure of it. You know, when the Europeans came over to West Africa, they didn't come over with guns and started pointing at people and started shoving people onto their boats. They befriended and became trading partners with a lot of the most powerful tribes there. And I can see why this happened. It's because the people, especially in West Africa, are so welcoming. They are by far the most beautiful people in the world. Okay, I might be being biased, but I'm sorry, they just are. They are well-hearted, very, very good souls inside them. And yeah, if you have been living in the West for the majority of your life, when you get over there, you'll see this for yourself. So, I am going to do another video on this. I'm going to do a bit more research about the different tribes in Africa, in West Africa more in particularly, and give you more do's and don'ts when you meet these tribes. I think it would be interesting to do one on Rwanda and to do one on the Hutu and the Tutsi and the Hutu, to give you some sort of an idea of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing when you go to visit there, if you go there. Because I know that a lot of African Americans are planning to go to Rwanda to live. So there we have it. I would like to say thank you once again to all those who have liked, subscribed, shared, and have clicked the bell notification. It's well appreciated. I'm going to go on and enjoy the rest of my day, top up on my tan. So, have a good one. Do your research. Ta-ra a bit.